lot of good, interesting fights coming up in our sport, and sometimes we complain about the fights that we get, and that's okay too. I think that like we have a right as boxing fans to want the best versus the best, but with all the different like TV channels that show boxing all of a sudden, we're getting a lot more fights, even if it's not on HBO.
I hope we have a chance to see all those fights. Talking about all the different outlets showing boxing, so our specific situation, we have there's some like free boxing. You don't like you have whatever cable you have. So we have Hulu, which isn't cable, but what have you. But then we add on an HBO subscription, and we add on a Showtime subscription, and like we're willing to do that because we like boxing.
That's the reason we have those, Jen. We don't have them for the movies.
Have them. Like, so it's just like a bonus that maybe they have other content on there that we watch occasionally, but we're not even.
Let's talk about those different avenues, right? You said we have HBO, we have Showtime, and then there's fights on.
And then for us, that like, gets our budget kind of like, well, but now you have the ESPN app, and that's kind of like, well, do you add that on too? Like,
yeah, because I feel like what's happened is Top Rank has taken their good fighters from HBO and put them on ESPN and the ESPN app, right? Mm-hmm. So then I'm left with, well, is it worth my $15 or whatever it is a month for HBO to get? How many fights do we get? And when we do get fights, are they even that good? Like I could have not watched Gennady Golovkin and Vanes Martirosyan not because I don't want to see Golovkin, because I knew what was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And then you get into like, oh, they're doing really great things with flyweights. Okay, do I really care about flyweights? I mean, I do. I like watching them. I like flyweights. I'm glad that they exist, but like, it becomes like a numbers game, budget-wise.
You only have so much disposable income, and so you have to think about like what you do with your time. So maybe you're a full-fledged, all-in boxing fan. Well, then maybe all your disposable income goes to boxing at every outlet, like wherever you can get it. But I feel like, so for me personally, I have varied interests. So I have disposable income that also goes to other areas.
Yeah.
So if it's like a Netflix account or going to the
pass.
movies, those kinds of things, then I really do. Like, I can't take like every boxing.
And why should we as boxing fans have to pay like $50 a month and all these separate charges just to see
and
a
this
sport?
Is outside of the cost of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is.
So we're already having to pay. I mean, what would you say? Like an average boxing fan probably pays what, like $300 a year on pay-per-views?
Yeah. Well, so here's what I want to see. You know what I want to see in boxing? I want to see somebody with the cojones, whether it's PBC or Top Rank, or let's say like Kathy Duva just buys both of those because she's a baller and creates a worldwide conglomerate called Kathy Duva's Boxing, and she starts the Kathy Duva Boxing Network, like the WWE Network, and I pay $9.99 a month, but I get all the boxing I can stand at all the pay-per-views. That's what I want. That's the model. WWE Network. Do it, Duba. She's like, what? It costs like $100. Now the guy, there's the
that price point would have to be higher.
Yeah, there's the Eddie Hearn who just, I don't know if you know about this, but he's like started the first like global boxing thing, right? Mm-hmm. To where like it's another streaming type service, I guess. And so he's trying to sign all these fighters, and maybe he's coming along to do the very thing that we want, and then he could sell it to Duva.